kind of your reaction to having the whole Bregman saga over and the reaction last night? No.
Look, I've heard about it. I don't think it's official yet, but so I won't comment on that.
Okay.
Are you happy at least there's some clarity, or was there always clarity for you guys because you were moving forward regardless with Paredes and Walker?
Look, I would say, if it's true, I'm happy for Bregman. He's had a great run here, and so that's all pretty much I can say about it.
Have you reached out to the camp to find out the situation there?
Have I reached out to
Have
him?
you reached out to Boris or the player to find out what the situation?
No.
Why not? Just to confirm?
Yeah, I won't get into any of what we do in terms of our free agents.
How engaged were you guys down the stretch with this?
As I said before, we've had a lot of internal discussions, and I'll leave it at that.
How engaged was Jim?
Like I said, I'll leave it at that.
Moving forward without Alex, what do you feel? What's your takeaway about what's going to look like?
Look, we feel very confident that Paredes is going to be really good at third base. He's going to provide a lot of power. He's going to hit somewhere in the middle of our lineup, so we're excited about that. But acquiring Paredes was part of what we would do to fill that position at third base.
How do you view Lance going forward? Like, you can count on him by a certain day. You don't count on him at all. Like, how do you kind of view this with him?
Yeah, I think with Lance, we'll know more as we see him throw here in camp. I know that he's been throwing some really good bullpens, and he's free of pain or any discomfort. So those are all positives. But we'll know more as we watch him throw more during spring training. I think that's going to be the telltale.
Would you like to see him throwing a game down here?
Yeah, if he gets to that point, but we're not going to rush it. We're just going to allow him to pitch and let him gradually build back up and see what it looks like.
Given all the injuries that you've had with starters and things like that, and I guess when guys could be coming back, do you think that you have enough depth in that starting rotation? Would you like to add more?
I mean, look, we have a strong five, and then we have four-man depth. That's going to be in AAA. I always tell you guys I'm in the market for pitching if something comes up, in terms of a trade or something. But, ultimately I feel really good about our rotation right now. I think we have a really strong five that matches up well in our division that could get us deep into the postseason, and we have depth in AAA. So I feel good about it.
What's the timetable you set on Lance and Garcia, not for the start of the season, but maybe not long after?
Yeah, I don't have a timetable yet. I just think those guys need to come in camp. They need to get off the mound. If we can get them into some simulated games and things like that. But we'll know more. I just think it's too early to try to give a timetable.
Are you guys still looking to potentially add an outfielder?
Look, right now I think our outfield is really good. Of course we acquired Gamble, and so we're going to give him a shot. And then, it looks like Chaz is really swinging the bat well. He was, outstanding in batting practice yesterday. So, and we still have Myers, and so we feel like our outfield is strong right now. We feel pretty good about it.
Does that include Altuve in left field?
Look, we're not, committing to Altuve in left field yet. I think him taking fly balls out there, it's intriguing. But we're not committing to Altuve in left field yet. I think it's the fly balls that he's going to get is going to tell us a little bit more, but we're not committed to that yet.
Altuve was so vocal for the past 4 months to bring Bregman back. Do you feel like you have to sit down with him, or Jim has to sit down with him, or someone when he does report to just kind of talk about the efforts you guys went to get this done, and do you worry about kind of how he'll feel about this?
No, I think Altuve is a professional. He understands the business. Bregman was a free agent, and sometimes these things don't get done. I think he totally understands it. I think he understands that we put forth a pretty good offer, and so we have to understand that part of it.
Did that offer change within the last 2 or 3 weeks?
Yeah, I won't get into our offers at all, but ultimately we felt good about what we. Our process and what we did. So, and I'll leave it at that.
Anything else, guys?
Thanks, Danny.
Thank you.
All right, fellas.
Thanks, man. Did you get a chance to talk to Alex after last night?
No. Woke up to the news. So no, I have not had a chance to, text him nor call him nor none of that.
Is there you just had the team meeting? Is that?
No. I addressed the pitchers and catchers.
Oh, okay. I know it's obviously early. Is there a different feel with all the big names that are gone, and does it feel like a different team, or what? How's that?
You know what? The team is still not all here yet,
Yeah.
So we'll see when the rest of the guys will get here.
What's your reaction to him now with being a Red Sox?
Oh, I'm happy for Alex. I know the news are not official yet, but I'm happy for him. He made his decision, so now it's time for all of us just to move forward and turn the page.
Are you happy there's some clarity now with the situation? That
Yeah.
This limbo?
Yeah, you know what? I think for everyone, if the deal becomes official, I think it's important for us just to know that I want to talk about the guys in camp. I want to talk about our team. We have a really good team. Despite us losing, these two great players, we have some really good players in camp. I'm excited about the young players, and I'm ready to get on the field and get to work.
What do you feel about your third baseman now? What do you feel about your new guy?
Really, really good. Really good. I feel really good about it.
What excites you about him?
He's a good player. He's a player that has done it in big markets. He's a player that we know that will play really well in our ballpark, and we are very excited to have him in the organization.
Do you have a schedule for Lance to get on the bump?
Well, he threw his bullpen yesterday. He looked really good. He threw like 25, 30 pitches. He threw all his pitches. We'll see. We'll go from there. But he looked really good. I'm really excited where Lance is right now.
So full repertoire for Lance right now?
He threw all his pitches, and the shape of his pitches were pretty good. Velo, it's not quite there yet, but no rush.
The last few years has been the narrative. A lot of your pitchers have pitched deep into the postseason year after year. Do you think guys will be a little more rested, more fresh this year? Will that extra month off be a benefit?
Don't remind me of the extra month off, Brian.
It's been a while. It was last year.
We're using that extra month off. Yes, we welcome the rest, but it's motivational for us. We did not like being off that extra month, to be honest with you.
I saw he's on the schedule to throw a bullpen. Is Bennett Sousa pain-free, like full go, ready to go?
He looks really good.
Where is Garcia?
Playing flat ground. I think he played catch today. I have not touched with Jeremiah yet, but so far looks good.
Is he moving slow? He was facing hitters in September of last year. Is he moving maybe slower than you guys envisioned coming into camp?
I think we're being cautious. The way I want to call it, cautious, and making sure that we do it right.
Is that because of feedback you're getting from him, or is that just a decision that you guys are making?
I think we just, as an organization, we just feel that's what's best for him and for the team. So we just want to make sure that we get it right and we get these guys, when they're ready to go, and we could keep them on the mound for the long haul.
Do you think McCullers could pitch in games down here?
Let's wait and see. I like what I saw yesterday, and I don't want to get ahead of myself.
Is the approach with Garcia at all influenced by just like some of the recent pitcher recoveries and maybe having some setbacks with some guys?
No, you know what? I think every individual is different. Pitchers react differently. Their bodies react differently to their injuries. So we just listening to him, listening to our doctors, and we're going to do what's best for him and the club.
You know when Altuve will get here?
Jose?
Yeah.
Altuve? Yeah, he'll be here in the next couple of days.
Joe, what are the discussions like with a guy like Hayden Wisniewski, Forrest Whitley, like some of those guys? I mean, you go over the plan, like you're going to be working as a starter, bullpen, that sort of thing.
Yeah, Wisniewski will take them out. He'll be competing for one of our rotation spots, and Forrest will be working out of the pen. They're both healthy. They're both excited for the opportunities that they're getting, and a bunch of other kids. I just remind them that you break camp with 13 of them, but it takes more than 13 to win a championship.
Yonder had a lot on his shoulders last year for the first time handling the staff. The importance of having a year and another spring training under his belt for him coming into here is how big?
Huge, and having Caratini to help him through that is also very important. I think he after getting that 1 year under his belt, knows what's expected, especially the way the season started. You grow quicker, and I think he's in a better spot. He's got better understanding of what we're trying to do as on our pitching side. He understands our pitchers, a little bit more. Again, important having Yanier to lead our pitching staff.
Is there something in particular you want to see him grow on from last year when it comes to taking control out here early?
I think for a young catcher, always game calling, receiving, when to, small stuff like when to do a mound visit. Those are intangibles that you're always looking for the growth in your catcher. And I think last year he showed some of those moments where, okay, that is what we expect from you, but we're expecting another step forward.
Ideally, would you like to split them a little bit more to get Yanier off his feet a little bit more this year?
Oh, on both. On who?
Caratini.
Yes, good question. We have talked about that last year. I did run those guys out there, trying to keep some their offense in there a little bit more. Moving guys through first base. I asked those guys to do a lot of that. So I will get Victor in there, and with the days that I play Victor, I will try to give Yanier a full off day, and having his bat off the bench available. But that's something that I need to be conscious of, just based on volume early in the season.
You just mentioned like that intuition of knowing when to have a mound visit, kind of in-game stuff. That's some stuff that Bregman was pretty good at from third base, just kind of being that intuitive guy to run to the mound. Like, I mean, we saw Correa do it in the past. Like, how does that void need to be maybe filled by some guys on the infield now that Bregman's gone?
Well, Bregman is not here, so
yeah, right.
we don't know, right? So Correa's not here, so for me is, those guys they were leaders here, and they led, and we won because they were exceptional leaders, and leaders also develop other leaders, so I expect some of those guys will step up and take over that leadership role. Yanier Diaz, he's one of those. So the mound visit from the third baseman now becomes a visit from our shortstop, who's very capable of taking that leadership role. From our catchers, they do that. We have a first baseman that you guys are going to be very impressed when you see the intangibles that he brings to the table when it comes to his leadership. So I'm excited, guys. I'm very excited.
You just mentioned your shortstop. I mean, you've been vocal in the last couple of weeks about him. Is that something you've communicated to him, that you want him to assume that leadership role, or more of a leadership role, maybe?
He has all the intangibles. He's got the makeup, the character, the personality that you look for in a leader. But that needs to come from the person. You just don't pick someone in the room. You are the leader, you're going to be this, or no. It comes with time, being comfortable, and I think he possesses some of those qualities that Carlos and Breggy has. So yes, that's something that I will continue to help him grow in those areas.
Say cheese for the cake for the picture.
All right, guys.